is going on again, Nerd Paraders? Thank you guys so much for coming back to hang out with me again today. We're back in ARK Survival Evolved, and 3 short days ago, if you remember, we released a video talking about ARK Undermeshing, and specifically a plugin that does amazing things to put an end to undermeshing. Now, this plugin was created 3 days ago. Currently, at the time of this video, that was June 9th in 2019, a day that should be made a holiday. But that plugin was created on June 9th. It is now 3 days later, June 12th, and I'm releasing another video because a lot of strides have been made with the plugin, but it was also met with a ton of questions that deserve answers. Some of those questions asked by the ARK community, some of those questions asked by wildcard developers themselves. So we're going to get into that today, and we're going to go over a lot of cool things, as well as some updates to the plugin, and we're going to talk about some really key issues. Before we get into it, guys, introductions are in order. I am Nick. This is Nerd Parade. Welcome again to the channel, and let's kick this off right now. One of the big questions, and I'm going to address this right away, is with the plugin, does it prevent or stop mesh building or mesh bases? And the short answer to that is yes. I will get into it. We'll show it off a little bit more, but that is a big key feature. Now, why I'm in a cave, where I am right now, and we're going to show you here on the map as I get out of K mode, we're on the island once again, and we're in Hunter Cave. One of the biggest questions and things that I'm going to address here in this video right off the bat is a direct response by the lead community manager of Wildcard themselves. Now, I'm going to put the message that they released up on screen here so you guys can see it, and in my opinion, I think the message comes off a little snarky. Now, what this plugin does is that it's trying to solve, and it does a fantastic job of it, not just trying, achieving a solution to ARK Undermeshing, which is the biggest problem ARK has faced in, arguably, in many people's opinions, since its launch. Now, the reason why I feel like this message comes off snarky is because it's not talking about the great strides that this plugin makes and the things that it's done for the game. It kind of undercuts a little bit, even by quoting one of the veteran ARK mod developers, saying, okay, it detects when a player is inside of the mesh, but is it smart enough to not kill you when you're inside of the cave? Well, hey, that's why I'm inside of here right now. So we're inside of a cave right now, and holy crap, we're still alive! It's a miracle of some sort. So is it smart enough to detect that you're inside of a cave under the mesh legitimately and legally and not kill you? Why, yes, it is. Short answer. And this is one of the reasons why I feel like it comes off kind of snarky. Now, we're planting the seeds here for something that's going to make ARK great again. Another plugin developed by Wooly. We're planting the seeds here, and I don't feel like these seeds should necessarily be stomped on. I feel like they should really be nourished so they can grow. A little attaboy would go a long way. But it comes off a little snarky. Anyway, I'm not going to rant on that. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to get into it. So we're in the cave, and it says that, will it detect it? Is it smart enough to do that? Probably not. Well, probably not indeed. We're in the cave now, and I'm not dying. But we're going to kill me, because it needs to be an official Nerd Parade video of some sort. I have to die. And what we're going to do is we're going to kill ourselves with the assistance of admin commands. We're going to cheat, and we're going to ghost. Now, cheat ghost is going to put us into the mesh, obviously, and since we're in a cave, it detects that we're under the mesh legitimately and legally. But it's smart enough to not kill us. Mesh police smart. Okay, we're cheat ghosted. I tested this before, as you can see from my body bag. It works. Holy crap! You just got caught undermeshing. You have died. Now it's time to respond. Now that we got that oh so satisfying Nick death out of the way, we're going to work on a couple of other things. Now, I have turned on chat to show you that undermeshing is still being captured by Mesh Police and reported via webhook to the Discord. I'll put that picture on the screen again in case you missed it from the first video talking about this. Now, what that does is it provides admins of the server crucial information such as who the player's name, tribe name, Steam 64 ID, the location at which the meshing occurred to, even the ability to teleport to that location if they so choose whenever there's a flag for, hey, you just got caught undermeshing. Now, what we're going to do is talk about some of the key points that were brought up by the community, some of the key concerns, I should say. And to do that, we're going to go back into our handy admin console. We're going to cheat Ghost, and we're going to cheat GCM. Now, it might be super satisfying to watch me die over and over and over again. However, it's going to make the video take a lot longer than it necessarily should, and that's not what we're about today. We're about making waves in the ARK community, and we're about making change. And that's what we're going to do here. So now that I've GCM'd up, so I won't necessarily die when I go into the mesh, and I've ghosted up, we're going to go into the mesh, and we're going to go down this time. We're just going right down. We got caught undermeshing. Boom, 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 repeated. Now we're back up. We're safe. Let's go to the sky. Okay. Oh, 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 we're getting caught. We're getting caught. We're undermeshing. Now, technically, we're under the mesh right now, as I mentioned earlier in the video. We are in the mesh, but legally, because we're inside of a cave. However, this plugin is now detecting meshing within meshing. It's meshception! But it's good meshception, because it's detecting when you're doing something wrong, something that you shouldn't. Now, what this is, and this was mentioned in the post, the official response by the lead community manager for Wildcard, is that this would be considered a false positive if we were getting that message in the cave here now. Because like I mentioned, we're in the mesh. We're technically in the mesh, but legally. But we're not getting the, hey, you're undermeshing thing right now. Let's go back up to the sky, because that's the last place we were. We are undermeshing. If we were getting this message while we were down there, that would be what's considered a false positive. Now, in 3 short days, 3 very short days since this plugin has been launched and actually created and then now worked on and tested, the mesh detection algorithm has been improved by leaps and bounds. So far so that I would almost call it version 2.0. Now, the false positive detection is pretty much, it's on point right now. Is it perfect? I don't know. I mean, a lot more testing would have to go into it, and we have that crew. Wooly has been testing it tirelessly for the past 3 days. He's the developer of the plugin. I've been testing it. Members of the Nerd Parade community have been testing it, and about 200 other members have been crawling across every map in every tiny butthole corner of map, trying to make sure that the mesh detection algorithm is working as best that it possibly can be. And in 3 short days, we've gone from one detection system that you may have noticed in the first video is that somebody gets into the mesh and they were running around free. They were just doing whatever they want to do. It's cool. They just do mesh stuff. But if they perform what's considered to be an illegal action, which would be placing C4, shooting a rocket, shooting a dinosaur, a dodo, or a player, that's when the mesh detection kicked in and basically said, hey, no, you no do that. No, no. No, no, no more living for you. You're dead. And it would kill you. Now the mesh detection has evolved into what I would like to officially call version 2.0. That's up to Wooly, though. It detects you when you enter the mesh. Now, this was an option with the first initial plugin. It has now been improved on vastly, and it's the default setting. Whereas before, performing some kind of illegal action was the default setting, this is now the default setting, and this was supposed to be the goal. This is the in-game result all along. In 3 short days, we got here. It's amazing. So, this takes me to the point of mesh building and mesh bases. Can mesh bases happen? Well, if you get into the mesh, that's going to happen and you's going to die. So the second you get in there, it's not going to matter. Existing mesh bases, if you spawn on a bed in the mesh, you're going to die. It makes building a new mesh base impossible. There were some concerns that it made existing mesh bases unrateable. No, if you go to that mesh base, if you try to do anything, you're gonna die. That stuff in the mesh is useless now. You can never get to it again. You're just dead. Dead. Now, we just knocked off 2 key points on the lead community manager's post or official reply to the original video. Those 2 points are false positives, which we've talked about. Well, it's like 1.5 points because they go hand in hand. False positives and how many people are working to test this. We have about 200 freelance people working to test this. We have the members of the Nerd Parade community who are volunteering their time to test this. I'm testing this. And Wooly, I don't think that man has slept in 3 days, is working tirelessly to perfect the plugin because false positives are quite bluntly put, unacceptable, especially when we're working on something that could save the game. Now, this is huge. This could stop ARK from dying, really. I mean, there's been a lot of people that have quit the game because they got undermeshed. We're trying to cure that disease, and the cure is looking pretty damn good so far. Now, I understand why Wildcard's initial response comes off as a little snarky, and it seems not so much to encourage the development of Mesh Police, but to cut it down at the knees a little bit. And I understand why, and it's because in 3 short days, this plugin has done more to prevent and stop meshing than in the 4 years Wildcard has been working at it. Now, this isn't to shame Wildcard at all, but it does come off as slightly embarrassing to them. But that's okay. That's not what we're focusing on. What we're focusing on, what we should focus on, is the fact that this could save and fix and improve the game. It doesn't matter if it was created or developed by Wildcard or the community. What matters is that it is in existence and can work to better the game. Now, lead community manager of Wildcard, since your post was so snarky, I will accept one form of penance and one form only. You must take a new Twitter profile picture wearing the nose of shame. If you wear the nose of shame, I will accept your apology, forthright, and we will continue to be friends. That is my Nerd Parade challenge to you. I hope you guys really liked this video. I hope it answered many of the questions that you may have, and I hope it gives you some kind of hope and reassurance that even though it's only been 3 days, this plugin is still under tons of development. I'm dedicating as much time as I can to it. Wooly is doing the same thing, and we have over 200 freelance members as well as the members of the Nerd Parade community doing it. It's fantastic. It is still in its infancy. It is still in development, but it has made huge strides in only 3 days, and I can't wait to see what else it's got on the horizon. Even if this plugin isn't adopted by the official servers or by Wildcard, we will always run it on the Nerd Parade servers. We have 2 clusters, 2 full clusters, Nerd Parade servers. One's for PvE, one is for PvP. This will run it. If you want to be free of undermeshing, you can come play on the Nerd Parade servers. Just check out the Discord link below me in the description on how to join. Well, guys, smash the thumbs up button for killing undermeshing. Let us know that you'll like the stuff. Subscribe to the channel for some more, but this is where I leave you. Imaginary microphone drop with a nose. I'm out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Stay awesome. Later.